What up, guys? Hopefully the lighting is better for this video. Props to Brandon for giving me a quick cheap idea. You just grab a light, you just grab your old lamp that's sitting around that you're not using, take off the top, the shade, and presto. I mean, it looks pretty good for me. Hopefully it's an improvement in my videos. So today we're talking comparing yourself against other developers. I love this topic, and the reason I do is because I'm 8 years into programming, but I still feel like a fraud. In fact, most developers come in and feel like an imposter as itself. Imposter syndrome, you probably heard of it. And the thing is that if you don't feel that every day, my true belief from feeling it every day for 8 years is that you may or may not care, or I'm sorry, you may not care about your work at that point. The fact that you have that, it's just like if you're playing sports. I grew up playing ice hockey. If you go in and you don't have a little bit of butterflies, that means you don't care, or it's practice and there's nothing really at stake. When you do care, you will have a little bit of nerves in there, a little bit of healthy nerves, that is. So um, things that'll go through your mind. You'll feel like you're not keeping up with the pace of the environment. You just got a new job and you knew it would take you out of the comfort zone, and then now the pace is a little bit faster. Or you're thinking that I'm at this engineering level, I'm mid-level, but whoa, a junior engineer is doing better than me pace-wise. And then it's like you start building up all these thoughts in your head. Everyone goes through it. Every developer that goes through it, no matter what experience, they're gonna feel that. And that's where we talk to each other and talk about the battles that we go through each day, or laugh about it. Because some days you might have bad days where you just the simplest problem you've written a for loop 1,000 times, but for some reason the syntax errors in there slows you down, and then you just look up something or ask another developer. Who cares? We're in there to add value. We're not in there to compare ourselves against others, because if you are, then there's a great TED Talk out there that put it best. It resonated with me, and basically it's you go and compare yourself, but hey, it's your heart attack. So why not just go in there, know that you get to code every day, get back to basics, and just enjoy the day, do the best you can. If you get stuck, ask someone for help. Laugh about it that you get stuck. You don't have to compare yourself, and let alone worry if others are going to judge you about it. You're in there, they hired you for your value. Just deliver that code. So do your own thing. That's one of the phrases that I think is going to resonate with many people, I think, and including myself. Do your own thing. You go and you can't match someone. You try to follow their success path as a developer. Well, don't. I mean, do your version. Take the things that you find important, that you probably have those things. You just haven't practiced them or used them. So take those things from maybe a developer that you happen to admire secretly, and say, hey, I like how you use all these shortcuts in Vim, or hey, I like how you quickly break down things in simple manner, instead of overcomplicating it, getting into some wormhole. You know that, hey, well, here's an error message. Somewhere in there, it must tell you the answer. It's not like it's rocket science to do this code. I think a lot of people try to get a little bit past themselves, and then you can quickly turn it into a complicated mess, and it's not. This stuff is not that hard. Say another thing that you could do, those people you compare yourself with, you hold them on a pedestal. That's what I like to call it. You hold them on a pedestal. There's no way you're going to be able to compete. Now, I'm not saying don't compare yourself against, I'm saying don't compare yourself against those developers, but don't hold any developer, especially on a pedestal. In case you want to get to that level, you want to compete to get to that level, is from what my experience is. And so if you let someone like, hey, John over here is just way past me, 10 years past me, he's just such a great developer. You say that, you kick yourself out of the game right away. There's no chance. What is that person doing that you can't do? They might be a few years ahead of you, but all these things, chances are they just ran into every problem there was, looked up all those answers, and has those handy in their head. A whole bunch of tricks is what it is. you can get those tricks too quickly, whether you ask other developers or you can solve those yourself. Stay focused, stay simple, and just get to stay focused on getting to the root cause, and go one problem at a time. Solve this problem, then solve that problem. You just stay focused on things and keep it very simple. That's how you get to the success. Do not hold them to a pedestal. It will take you right out of the game, and you'll say that someone's senior when in fact, in retrospect, after a few years, you might surpass that developer, but you won't gloat about it or anything. It's just this other developer. You just thought that that person was that much better than you. They just happened to run into those problems. That's it. Not like you're ever gonna catch up to that. You will catch up to that. It's just a natural progression as it is. You want to take some of my other videos, you'll see that we take a growth mindset towards things. So instead of already stifling yourself, you take a growth mindset, say, hey, this is a problem that you could almost go into a stand-up and say, hey, you make a positive spin on things. You say, I learned, so here's the progress. I learned that we shouldn't be launching all these projects at once. We should be launching them one at a time because there's dependencies between there. So that may seem obvious to a lot of other developers who have been through this type of thing before, but it's not obvious to you, and that obviously is not super obvious to everyone. So the fact that you're uncovering it, saying it, turning it, twisting it into some sort of positive momentum, that's the way to go. That you come in, do you every day, do your version, and enjoy each day when you get to code. Just a few more things, like you want to aim for progress, because if you aim for progress, eventually you'll get there, and then you'll be happy. People live each day. If they make progress just a little bit, they're going to be happy. Take that one from Tony Robbins. If you go say, hey, in my stand-up, I'm probably going to complete this today, and you fail, you're going to constantly be saying the same message to yourself, saying, well, now I failed, and then, oh man, I really have to get this done. I should have gotten this done, yesterday. I said I was going to finish it yesterday. You don't know what kind of roadblocks are going to come up. Meetings, you got to go to the bathroom. All this time gets spent. You had an emergency, had to go home, and now you're working at night. No, that's not how it is. You focus on progress. You get to completion. That's the way you stay stress-free. Enjoy coding, and just live every day with progress. And that's really the key. Just let me in, and just a few other things. You get to code, and just absolutely the last thing. This was so good. I said it earlier. YouTube. I'm sorry. The TED Talk. I forgot which TED Talk it was, but when they said that, yeah, you can worry about all these things, but it's your heart attack. As soon as you do it, it's your heart attack. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about if you're stuck or you've surpassed someone by like 10x or something. It's your heart attack if you let that person bother you. If you let that success bother you, if you let that code bother you, you're going to get there anyway. So why are you going to stress about it? That's some of the key things. You get to code every day, and don't compare yourself to other developers, because it is your heart attack, man. So until next time, want to get some tech videos in there, but I love these topics. I have so many topics to talk about, so I'm going to keep them rolling as I feel, as I prioritize them, but stay tuned for the next one. Hit the subscribe if you like these videos, and check out, and you can send me an email or put a comment down below. I'll talk to you soon, and look forward to the next video.